'Twas the last reset before Lightfall, and all through the house. We gonna talk about the top 5 things to look out for in Lightfall. Let's get into it. Now keep in mind, this list is not comprehensive. This list is my top 5 picks of what I think the general community, in particular returning players and new lights, are gonna wanna look out for, as the game has a lot of changes coming in this new DLC. Number 1. Starting in Season 20, all linear fusion rifles will be nerfed. This marks the end of a year-plus era of linear fusion rifles being the top heavy weapon pick inside the game. All linear fusion rifles, with the exception of Sleeper Simulant and Queenbreaker, will receive a 15% nerf at the start of Lightfall. Number 2. Changes to the champion system. No longer are we just going to have to settle for artifact mods and certain weapons to be able to stun champions. Now, Barrier, Overload, and Unstoppable champions now have multiple ways to be stunned through our subclass abilities, making the process of stunning and defeating champions a lot easier for everyone across the board. Number 3. At the launch of Lightfall, we will now have an updated user experience with our character screen. One of those many updates will now be the ability to save loadouts within Destiny self-natively. Rather than having to use third-party sites, you can now save up to 10 different loadouts on each of your characters within your character loadout screen. This will make for a more smooth and intuitive process when we're going to change out different subclasses, armor, and weapons with our characters. Number 4. Bungie has given us our first preview into the Strand vocabulary. The idea behind Strand, as you can guess from its name, is all about weaving. Some of the key terms that they have revealed to us are suspend, unravel, and sever. Suspend will lift enemies off the ground, unravel will cause enemies to burst, and sever will cause enemies to put out less damage. All of these new definitions with our new subclass will come together for a deadly combination. And finally, number 5. Starting in Season 20, we'll now have the ability to focus Vanguard weapons and armor. Although this is a very much anti-Zavala account, I do encourage folks to get excited for the weapon and armor focusing, as it will allow a lot more opportunities for Guardians to get weapons and armor that they may not have gotten up to this point. Longtime favorites like Royal Entry and Fortissimo will now be available via the focusing system. Going forward, weapons that drop in one season will now be readily available for focusing in the following season. Thanks for tuning in, and looking forward to seeing all you Guardians Starside.